All right, well, the time has come to build the computer. I've built a computer before. It's actually right over here, but I built this in 2016, I think it was. It might have been actually a little before that. Anyway, that has like an AMD bulldozer in it. It's okay. I went for like the mini sort of vibe on it. This is an actual performance machine. On this one, I had a budget of $500. Put some old drives I had laying around in there, just some spinny disks. There's an SSD for the boot drive, but it's only like 120 gigabytes. This was back in the Windows 7 days. In any case, that was a little hobby kind of build. This is going to be my main machine. It's going to be replacing this Dell. So yeah, I decided to put it all inside of this NZXT H7 Flow. The reason I picked this case is A, enough working room. Since this is really my first kind of performance build, I wanted enough room to work in there. And then I also wanted a little bit of future proofing. So this does have one USB-C port. I really struggled on the insides. My budget was $2,000 and I got all this for a little over $1,600, and then the desk is like $200, and I think I'm gonna try and get like a 40-inch TV, and that should be around the $2,000, which was great. The first thing I really settled on was this GeForce RTX 3060 12 gigabyte card, because one, it's relatively cheap. I got this for around $300, and you know, since I can't see very well, I don't really want something brand new. It seems a little overkill. I really wanted VRAM though, because I've been kind of goofing around with large language models, so I wanted to be able to continue to do that. And then also with the video editing I've been doing, this is probably a good choice. My processor, I chose the Ultra 7 265K, and I went with this one because the price was pretty decent. It was like 350 bucks, I think, something like that. It's got the newer chipset, so like I might be able to upgrade this. I didn't want to go with a 14th gen processor, even though they're pretty reliable, because this also has an NPU. Probably be helpful messing around with large language models, kind of thinking a little bit of the future. Then also Samsung 990, good stuff. And then I went with some pretty fast RAM. I didn't really want to shell out for CUDIMs. I think eventually I probably will when the price comes down a little bit. This is a 48 gig kit, and it was only like $190. I've only had machines with 16 gigs, so this is going to be overwhelmingly good for a minute, I hope. I'll probably leap for joy when I fill 48 gigabytes of this at some point. The motherboard I chose was this LiveMixer. I went with this because I found a website that went into pretty extensive details and comparisons of motherboards, and this one had a great price point for like the features. Some USB 4, you know, I wanted some good sound. I also wanted overclockability. Also, in the first machine that I built, it has an ASRock in it, and I remember it was pretty easy to get going. And then I went with this Corsair RM850X. I went with this because it's modular. 850 watts seems like it's going to be plenty. I might even be able to upgrade processor potentially, or maybe even add another graphics card. I don't know. But, you know, I had a little headroom planned in there. I really wanted a platinum power supply, but I did not want to pay for it. So gold is good. For the cooler, I got this Arctic Freezer 3. It seems to have really good reviews and benchmarks. I've never had liquid cooling, but I'm aware of controversies about mounting on the top versus mounting on the front, and what gets cooler and what gets hotter and all this and all that. And I'm still going to go on the front, but I am going to bottom mount the tubes. We'll get there eventually. This is my first real build. I'm gonna start in this order that I have these things laid out here. Do a little exploration on the case, see what kind of is going on in there. I assume I'm gonna have to, because I'm front mounting, I think the fans come in the front, so I'm gonna have to move them to the top. And then yeah, I'm gonna mount some stuff on the motherboard, get that ready, probably put the power supply in. Getting this stuff all in a certain order is very important, not having to come back and have to take things out. You don't want to do that, so I'm going to try and be smart about it. I'm sure I'll make at least a couple, hopefully minor mistakes along the way. The thermal paste application is probably going to be one of the more difficult parts. Hopefully that'll just go by really easy. I mean, you don't have to go overboard with it, so we should be good to go. I think this is just like kind of pops off. Oh, there it goes. Easy. Yeah, I mean, it's just pressed kind of sheet metal with corrugation going on here. Same for the top. Oh, yep, there we go. It's nice. It feels very secure. not bad for being sheet metal. Oh, this is just gonna come out, ooh, question mark. Feels like there's a cable. Goodness, I don't really want to torque on that fan cable up here. So I have to go around to the back side. Same thing, yep. Oh. Okay, gotta lift up on that. Again, pretty impressed. Some things that are sheet metal are a little less impressive. This comes down, flummoxed by a twisty tie. Wait, what? Oh, there's one for each. Got it, okay. Are they all going together, kinda, not really? Okay, here we go. Twist Tie City. Should I start making a ball of these? Oh, I kind of want to keep these together, but also need to get them out. So they're like daisy chained together? I don't want to break this. Let's see if I can get this out all together. It does have to come apart, but how do I do this gracefully? Oh, it just kind of comes out, I guess. So that's the bottom. Middle one, I assume it's gonna come to the little doohickey down here, and then kind of just wiggle it. Here we go. Nifty. There is the 3 fans. I have to unmount them from this front part because I'm going to put the radiator on there. So I'm going to find the correct screwdriver and charge my camera. I took out one of the fans here. Now I'm going to take off the front. Ooh, that's kind of heavy. I want to mount this fan. It was on the front, which means they're all blowing this way, which makes sense because I don't know what these are called. These things aim in the direction that the air blows usually. So I'm gonna mount it in there like that, because then the cable will go sort of up through this little channel in the back. I think it goes on this rail. Yes. Theoretically, it could go pretty low. I'm gonna aim for the middle. I think I'm gonna call a little break. I don't waste all my camera getting screws in a fan. That's kind of lame. So the solution was in fact for me to just get my face right up in there, which is not for good video until and unless I get a cameraman. So it's pretty simple. While I was zoomed in with my face, spaced it out here a little bit. It should be enough for the other fans. Once I get them up here, they're also going to be exhaust. I could bring you along to unscrew fans. I feel like it would just be kind of boring. I can show you that it's possible. And one more here. Okay. Again, same logic applies here. This is blowing toward me, so I'm going to have it above where the CPU will be, dropping the cable along the way. Oh, this is not helpful. So I'm gonna put this again, same little channel that I had the other one going through on the back side here, and then I'm gonna hang it from the top. I'm gonna line it up with this bar on the middle of the fan. Tippy toes shot here. This is kind of difficult, but I've got these fans up here. They're installed such that I can have them in a variety of positions. I think I'm going to have them kind of more toward the back so that the air can get exhausted from where the hot stuff is going to be. The next step is put this on the ground, have working room for the motherboard. But first I'm going to get the homies back together. I'm gonna use this bag again. Tricky. And then also the fan paraphernalia. I also noticed just now this this box. I'll keep that in there the way it is for ease of movement. Also, off camera, I kind of loosely tightened this front fan thing back in there so it's not flopping around. On the ground we go. Yeah. Antennas. Nifty. My intuition is saying that I should probably have anti-static going. Took off my socks, which should make a difference. Sweet, it comes with a badge. I might install that. Box management. Alright. Looks great. Smells clean. Damn, that's a big heatsink. Cool. The M.2 drive go under there. I'm going to set this down and I'm going to put the CPU in. That's what I'm going to do next. I have this Zoom machine in here. I was just looking at this for a while actually. It's really cool. I want to get the CPU out of the box. Whole cardboard cage for it. I'm going to look at this real quick here. It's got the side fins and then it has writing on it. Intel Core Ultra 7, 265K. Cool. There's like a little arrow down there. And I'm so paranoid I don't want to mess this up. To press this lever, let it up. Wow. Yep, there's a lot of pins in there. Looking for that same little arrow. I'm gonna 100% make sure because I don't want to break this sweating over here, to be honest. It's so hard to see it. This little triangle's down here. Open the shell of the processor. Hole. And then I'm gonna lift this. I guess you grab it by the wing thing. Oh my god, I'm holding the processor. Push this here. Okay. And then I think it launches off. Hope I did that right, because if I didn't, it's gonna be a problem later. Let me go get that. Okay, so there's this piece of foam that came with the graphics card. I'm going to use this to install the back plate for the Arctic freezer here. Transfer this, you know. This feels like a plate. Yes, I'm 99% sure this is it. Here's that arrow. Do this very gingerly. Oh, I'm supposed to do that. Oh yeah, this is so much easier when it's loose. As long as I don't move it laterally, we should be okay. Come on. Okay. Drop these in. So I'm just trying to go in a moderate amount. Clickety clickety. I don't know how tight this is supposed to be, but feel the back. I'm gonna back this one off a little bit and tighten this one. Back it off a little, tighten, a little more even. This one is still in most. I'm gonna tighten the top right and top left a tiny bit. Tiny bit. See how that feels. Yeah. Okay, now install the RAM. Memory. It wants them in A2 and B2. Can I have my memory, please? Okay, CPU in, RAM in. Now I gotta figure out this M2 thing. So I've done a bit of reading. Was really curious how this heatsink works. There's like a button, you don't push it. You like scoot it to the side and then you lift it. But I'm not gonna put it in that one. Similar thing here, you push, slide it this way. Pretty significant thermal pads here. Pretty cool. I want to put it in this one, which is controlled by the CPU and not the chipset, and it is not PCIe 5. It's a new day to review. I put the motherboard in the thing it came in. You can kind of see through it a little bit. This is the memory CPU, the M.2 drive in here. So now I think the next step is to install the power supply. So here is the power supply. This is all the cabling, yeah. That's nice. Silent operation at low to moderate loads. Huh. Cool. I know that it goes this way because the screw over here, it's lower than the screw over here. It lines up nice in there. This box has the screws in it. Oh, thankfully they're labeled. I am looking for hexagon screw 632. Yeah, sure enough, come into my hand. Got this on here. The power supply is secured. The size of this box is very handy. I'm gonna put that in there. Okay, now the next step is I have to flip these fans around. I want it to be like this, right? To be pushing in, but then also I need to sandwich this little front piece in there as well. I need to get these fans off. These are super long screws, which is good. Holy smokes, yeah, look at that. Big old screws. Okay, now, and as this last screw comes out of here, I am curious if it's routed through this, so I'm gonna have to improvise once we get there. And last fan. Okay, these were pushing. I need to have them kind of go, stay together, but go around this way. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna unplug these for right now. So that's like straightish. And now this has to come through here if we're ever gonna want these to plug in on this side. We're gonna mount it like this. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky because I've got to have this go through and then through this into here. That's the ticket. Catch there, catch. Sure thing. Tighten fan 1 in here. Okay. Repeat. I'm getting the impression it's a little bit cattywampus, so I'm going to back this off. This. Unhappy. Move to the next fan. Because, yeah, this is like a little bit off. Let me line it up. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Yes. Gosh. Screwing it around. Oh, yes. Put this here. I really want to see if the front will go on unwieldy on those. Yeah. Get these thumb screws tight. Ooh, it's close. Get these lined up. And yes, it fits like a glove. Cool. The next step is take this back out. I'm going to want this to be on there like this. I'm going to rotate it to make this easier. Okay. I've never done this before, but I'm going to put on thermal paste. Going to unscrew this, and I'm going to zoom in on this while I do it. The way to do this is to make a sort of cross like this. Oh, bother. It's not much of a cross. Doesn't look like enough. I'm gonna kind of just do bad art on this. And then I think you're supposed to spread it out. Really doing a number on this. It's kind of gloopy. That's probably enough. I don't know if you're supposed to use the whole thing or not. Hoping a prayer really at this point. Oh, I definitely need to be taking off this thing. Now I'm going to feel where this goes. Okay, that feels reasonable. That feels good. I'm feeling comfortable about that. It's not like crazy, but it is tight. I'm gonna take a peek here. That looks like a little leakage. I think it's okay. I'm pretty sure that this, I got enough thermal paste. I kinda wanna get some isopropyl alcohol in there. I'm sure worse mistakes have been made. This is the breakout cable. It goes on this side. A little bit difficult to get in there at this moment. Might need to take out the memory. It is what I need to do, so I'm gonna at least take this one out. Yeah, wowza. There? Hello? Oh, excellent. Okay, that feels secure. Memory reseated. Good gracious. Okay, now I'm going to look up where to put these fan controllers. I know I have enough. That's why I decided to use this breakout cable, but I need to locate them on the picture. Okay, so going away from me, it goes fan 2, pump, fan 1. So pump goes on the middle, fan. There we go, that was easier. And then finally this one is the radiator. There we go. Oops, I almost forgot to put... There we go, yeah. Now I think it's gonna have to go in the case. Get this foam out of here. And I need to move this down. Based on the I/O, it's gotta go that way. There it is. Holy smokes. These top ones are the motherboard screws. It says there's 17. All I can see is that there's a ton of them and they're tiny. I'm going to need to change the bit on this for sure. Oh gosh. My bits are puking up here. Will this do? No. That's huge. Big. Enormous. Flat. Okay, I think I have to bust out the iFixit. So, this is a game. Oh, that's way too big. Ooh, here. Nope. Oh! This one works. Yeah, that's right. Yep, okay. Right here. Oh, geez. Already dropping right there. Oh! This is bananas. Here, right there. Having hands right now is somehow a problem. I might forego that one, actually, because, I mean, you don't need them all. You just need most of them. Awesome. This is... most of them. Should be good. I'll get these fans in now. I do need to go in a second, though, to biathlon practice. I'm gonna move this fan all the way down. Okay, now I'm gonna line this up with the whole situation. Stand it up. I'm just gonna secure these fans on the top and then I'm gonna go. See you later. Back from biathlon. Kinda tired, but I wanna finish this. These fans are installed. I was finicking around here and I was able to get this screw in. I think we're pretty much done installing screws and stuff, other than the M.2 drive that's in here. I don't have any other drives at this moment. Keeps things nice and simple. Okay, so what I did is I had the magnifier light on it, and I took a picture upside down, and then I flipped it around. So then I can reference this, because I couldn't find a good picture. And there's another version of this power supply online, and that's the manual that shows up, so it doesn't have exactly the same information. It's very peculiar, but this is my solution. So the first thing I'm going to do is plug in the ATX power. This here is the ATX power. Put this through here. Line up this one. Oh yeah. And then this one goes above it. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Good, nice connection there. I don't like this because it's going over. Go under here. Feels good. I have an idea. Okay, and then there's two 8-pin connectors. They go here, and we're gonna go up here. Dang, that is a beefy... Both that beefy? Yeah, sure enough. Get this going on up here. Oh yeah, there we go. Get this other one in there as well. Up and over. The same thing. Continuity. These are the chassis fans. It goes into the bottom of the motherboard, if I recall from the picture. Further through here. Oh yeah, this is kind of klutzy. I don't even need this absurd combining thing. I'm just gonna remove these and then not use this. I'll keep it. I think that they're right here, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it particularly matters in what order they go, but they do go right here. Am I losing my mind right now? It's 4. Is this 4? It's 3. What? Okay, hold on. Are these all the same? I think this is 4 on here. It's 4. This is funny to me. I'm going to plug in this fan combiner here. Go in there, huh? Okay, that was excessive. Must be done correctly. Oh, that's so jankerific. We'll do it that way, I guess. Back in, please. Okay, not my favorite. This is appropriate use of twist tie here. That feels kind of good in the hand. Do this sort of business. I think I should work on the I/O. This is a USB from the front. Goes in this port. Good. Nice, clicky. Next I/O item. If I were to fathom a guess, this seems audio-y. Sure enough, I zoomed in on it. It says HD audio. It goes right on these. Let's get it on straight. Feels good. I can dig this little loop going on here. It's not bad. What do we got next? I believe this is the USB 3.0 ports because I just already plugged in the Type C. These are the Type A. Zoom them on through here. And then these go above Type C, below ATX power. There you go. Finally? Holy smokes. Okay, this is the F panel. I love it. F panel. I think the F panel probably also needs to go through here. It goes second to the right. Whoa, so small. One of the pins is not in there, so that was kind of weird. Time to put the GPU in? Let's do that. Okay. Balance it precariously. Put it like so. Take off the little cover. Oh, do you know what I need to do? I need to take out the screws from the side here, or it won't fit. Door removed. Now graphics card go in time. Okay, lining it up. Oh, there's still a... Good gracious. There's still a friggin' piece in there. I didn't notice that. Okay. Yeah, these cables are needing to move a bit to accommodate the card. I'm a little bit too much to the north. Okay, hold on. We're gonna come back in a second here. Okay, so I reoriented the ATX power to be more out of the way. Oh, this is 100,000 times easier. That was inconvenient. My camera died exactly when I got this seated. How unfortunate. It's in though, which is good. I'm gonna screw it down, then I'm going to go to bed. All right, Third and final day. Cross all your fingers. So, I did a little bit more research last night. I swear that isn't code for I was on Reddit until 1:30 a.m. It was only midnight. And I determined that for the graphics card, you use this 6+2 cable. You kind of do that, and then that's what goes into the graphics card. This doesn't like going in that way. I bet you this is keyed. I'm actually going to take a peek-see here. Square and not square. Let me check the other side. Oh, I guess all it required was just a different angle. I haven't pushed it yet, but it just goes in. I don't know why that was entirely so difficult. Okay, so then this, I could just have it go down there, right? That makes the most sense. And then finally, this just goes in the PCIe slot to the right. Sweet. Yeah, all we have plugged in here is the ATX motherboard power, the 12-volt 1 and 2, and then the graphics card. And I'm not gonna continue to manage the cables here until it boots. So I think that's the next step. Okay, this is really not safe. I've got to duck. This is how you build a computer for real. I mean done. And we've got lights. Oh, look at that. Wow. There's a whole LED strip on the motherboard and it's on, which is a good sign. I'm going to push the on button. Oh. And the water cooler is going. The graphics card appears to be working. The fans are just not spinning. Fans on the front are spinning very slowly, and the chassis fans are all blowing. The VRM fan is also spinning. Yay! Oh, a BIOS. Oh, this is amazing. I'm gonna peek around in here. I don't have a keyboard plugged in though, but let's see. It's registering the CPU over here, which is good. The speed looks reasonable. It's seeing all the memory. Yep, both DIMMs. Gotta turn on XMP. Wow. The CPU temperature, it has a graph in the BIOS. That's crazy. 30C, no boot. Any other information here of prevalence? M.2 drive. Seeing it. This is great. I think we're in a good place. I'm going to get my keyboard plugged into this and turn on XMP and see if I can't break it. I just enabled XMP in Profile 1. I restarted it and then it booted back into BIOS. So yeah, it looks like the memory, it says 8200 on both of them, which is incredible. I think really the next step is to get Windows on here. I've done that a lot. I've got it on a thumb drive here and I'm gonna do that whole process. All right, so this was building a computer with Bryce. And yeah, you know, I mean, it took a little longer than I would have hoped, but for a solo first run, I think that was pretty good. I'm pleasantly surprised everything booted and nothing ground to a halt. So really it's a success and I feel good. I'm gonna install Windows, which is its own frustrating process. If you wanna do that yourself, I'm sorry. I am so glad that you came along with me for this very interesting process. This is weird phenomena where when recording, like, screws don't want to go in and cables don't want to go in. It's really interesting to me. I don't know what that's all about, but it is what it is, and I'm glad that everything got done, and I'm excited to have a new computer. Thanks for joining me on this adventure.